Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I love it. My name's Jay Milne. #Blue. Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be honest.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nest.
This is where we're supposed to talk.
Maybe I want the song to play a little longer today. It's actually a banger of a tune. Local band, you know, Matt, the Heavies. What is happening? Welcome to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Matthew Iwanyk. Reid is off today and tomorrow, so you're...
What is this?
It's just a thing we do. I shouldn't have... It's from the NHL draft lottery. We watched it live on our show, and there was a person. They had these accountants there, and there was one of the accountants that would watch the timer.
Oh yeah,
and then he'd say go, and then the person would pull the ball out. So Reid and I reenact that. Well, we'll have to come up with our own shtick, I guess, Matthew.
You're not supposed to. I'm not here to replace Reid. I'm here to be myself.
Well, you're darn right. So you're not here to replace Reid. That man is irreplaceable. You are joining us right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, YouTube, iHeartRadio, TuneIn apps, wherever you are partaking or viewing or consuming this show, please, well, I guess on YouTube, please hammer that thumbs up. I know the boys on the EST Afternoons were excited with the Hefe Hot Honey. They got it done. So let's, we only have an hour here. We're going to be from 3 to 4 o'clock. Then the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola, Benny Thompson, and Sean Bell will be taking over from 4 to 5. They will be live on location at Hudson's on White Ave. And then you'll be stuck with me and Coob. From 5 to 6, we'll take you home. We will keep you posted on what's going on in the Oilers game, but we're going to have some NFL talk in that hour. We're going to have the Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week. You're not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. We appreciate it. A reminder that you are watching us in the Canadian Brew House studio, where December's featured wing flavors have dropped at the Canadian Brewhouse. Festive Cranberry versus Korean Bulgogi is this month's flavor showdown. Try them anytime or for just 67 cents. For a limited time, every Wing Wednesday, only at the Canadian Brewhouse. Matthew Iwanyk, thank you for hopping in and filling in for Riedrich. How are you doing today?
I'm outstanding. I'm excited to be here for the next hour. I've ended up actually not intending to, but sitting next to you and Benny for much of this afternoon, which I never usually
not intended
do.
to. I mean, this is
usually I go to my office. Usually I have an office. I like working in my office, but usually you ask, "Are you going to be with me today?" And I said no, and I say no because I have things to do today. I didn't apparently have things to do as much that I was able to do it in that room. So had a lovely time. JMO was here, brought us some lovely treats. I ate maybe a little too many of those today.
Well, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you.
It was wonderful. I was trying to get to the bottom of #vote LTE. So
well, I'm out.
You've been cleared.
I've been cleared
to a degree.
Dusty does not believe it, but I have been cleared. I mean,
we're down to Trev,
alibi.
Zach, Tommy, or Hernan. That's the 4 that I have zero evidence to state that they did not do it.
You also don't have any
Doesn't matter.
evidence that we did.
EST is guilty till proven innocent.
Zach, if you're ever in a situation like this and you're on the board as one of the suspects, the less you talk, the better it is for you.
Wow.
You've been talking a lot all afternoon. You've been texting all afternoon. I would just say just some advice. You know who's been quiet?
Yeah.
This guy.
No, you weren't that quiet.
Well, I know I haven't done anything wrong, but you, Zach, I don't know.
I haven't done anything right. It just annoys me that even in the
then talk less. Just
words
of advice.
You have to find me the proof that shows that you're innocent.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I have found the proof for everyone else that has been cleared. I have witnesses that have seen my proof to clear all those individuals. So you are guilty until proven innocent at Edmonton Sports Talk. This ain't no society here. We roll with an iron fist around here.
Dictator Matty
is here. That's fine.
But Trev's been quiet.
With Reid here, when Reid's off, Chet always takes the day off, but this is a little snippet of today's headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear. Look, obviously the big news today, Oilers are in Boston. We're going to get into all of that with the Oil Understood. Huge Thursday night football game tonight between the Rams and the Seahawks, who are fighting for that NFC West title. And oddly enough, both teams are number 1 and 2 in terms of Super Bowl favorites. So this is a huge matchup. Obviously, two of the titans of the NFL facing off for Thursday Night Football. I will have Brian Diardo from CBS Sports joining us in the 5 o'clock hour. We're going to talk about tonight's matchup. We have to talk about Phillip Rivers and other things that are going on in the NFL. Those were the headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear. This is how the Oilers are going to line up tonight when they head into Boston. Oilers are 6-3-1 in their last 10. McDavid between Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. Draisaitl will center Podkolzin and Savoy. Henrique in between Mangiapane and Janmark. And Frederic between Jones and Quinn Hudson. Regula is out with an illness on the back end, so you're going to have Ekholm and Bouchard, Nurse and Stastny. Riley Stillman joining the lineup, and Ty Emberson and Tristan Jarry in net. Of note, Max Jones and Trent Frederic returning to Boston for the first time since the 2025 trade deadline. We're going to hear from Trent Frederic on his return back to Boston when we get to the Oil Understood. They are taking on the 2014-0 Boston Bruins, who are also on a pretty good pace, a clip over the last 10 games, 7-3-0. They have a 4-game home win streak heading into tonight. You got Lindholm in between Geekie and Pasternak. Zacha between... I always butcher this one, Kuznetsov.
Kuznetsov.
Yeah, Kuznetsov.
It's an interesting name.
And Middlestat.
Nice one, Zach.
Yeah, that was good work. Way to jump in there. Minton between Steves and Nisemont. Corrali between Janot and Kastelik. And on the back end, Zadorov, McAvoy, Lindholm and Peak, Larai and Soderstrom, and Jeremy Swayman in the net. Of note, Morgan Geekie is on fuego. He is hot. He's 24 goals in the season. He scored twice Tuesday with the Bruins 4-1 victory. He's second in the NHL in goals, only behind Nathan McKinnon. So that is a player of note to watch tonight. Of course, we want to hear from you. So if you are listening and you want to chime in, especially, we do have the Hudson's Canada Mystery Athlete of the Game prepared by Matthew Iwanyk. You can hit us up on the afternoon inbox, which is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. We're going to get into more of this as we go along, Matty, but what's the storyline of tonight's game? Is it, I think Oilers fans would wish that Trent Frederic has been more of an impact player this season for them, as he is returning back to the team he was drafted by in Boston. So yes, the return of Trent Frederic, but that's really not dominating the storylines. What, in your head, what is dominating that? What's driving this game?
Well, it's not anything to do really on ice, but this is the last Eastern time zone game for the Edmonton Oilers this season. That stretch is now over. That they don't have to go on these trips out east the rest of this 2025-26 season. This ends it. They go to Minnesota on Saturday, but they will not play another Eastern time zone game this season unless they get to the Stanley Cup final. That'd be the only way they'd play another one. And so you look at where they are in the standings. Like, this is a team that you want to win this game, because at some point this team desperately really needs to get to 3 straight wins. Like, you need it. You're not making the playoffs. You might.
You could. Technically, you could.
2-1, you might.
I mean, Reid looked at the rest of the schedule a week or two ago, and it was 60% of the games you need to win.
Yeah, so 2 out of 3, you could in theory do that, but I think people would like then at the very least to get past that. But that to me, it's the Edmonton Oilers will end tonight in a playoff spot, and there's a chance, especially with a win tonight, they're going to end in, well, if the win, they'll end in a Pacific Division playoff spot. And through this difficult stretch that the Edmonton Oilers have had, where I have been one that has said, stay calm, it's not that bad, don't worry. The Edmonton Oilers, again, may be in top 3 of the Pacific Division. Did the Golden Knights play tonight?
No, they played. Well, they played at home last night. I doubt they'd have a.
Yeah, no, they don't play tonight. So the Golden Knights would have 3 games in hand, but the Edmonton Oilers could be sitting 2 points back of the Golden Knights.
Completely.
Top spot in the Pacific Division. That's what I have out of this tonight. Is that this we've all saw this schedule when they have to play all these Eastern games, and that could be very difficult. And the Edmonton Oilers might be, or will be done it, and they might have gone through it where they're sitting in a Pacific Division spot.
Well, if you look at the goaltending matchup, you got Jeremy Swayman coming in at 14-8-0, a 2.74 GA, and a 909 save percentage. Tristan Jarry's 11-3-1 with a 2.77 goals against average and a save percentage of 905. So you look at that goaltender matchup, that looks fairly similar. This, as most games you would think for the Oilers anyways, comes down to special teams. I mean, the Oilers right now are riding a hot power play. They're first in the NHL at 32.6. Boston's power play is not that bad either. They're at 25.5%, good enough for 5th in the NHL. We're going to talk more. We're going to hear more, like I said, from Trent Frederic. We're going to talk about the return of Trent Frederic to Boston, if that is a storyline at all, and what we want to see from this Oilers too. I guess everybody's looking to say they're back. They're back. And I don't think it's quite justified yet.
I'll say it. They're back.
You will.
Because here's what I'll say. This is who they are. They never left. They're a slow starting team that picks it up later. They're a slow starting team that come January picks up a bunch of wins. This is who the Edmonton Oilers are. They're back. They've never. Well,
heard it here first.
They're not back. They never left because this is who they are. This is who they've been for the last couple of seasons. The Edmonton Oilers. You could say they're back, or I'm going with even further. They never left.
Woo! Hot take.
Hold
Coop,
on
you
to
might
that
want to
one.
clip that one.
Hold on to that one. Save that for April when this team is sitting, feeling good going into the playoffs.
Well, I mean, they are playing better. There's no question.
Yes.
And
if you go back to that Tampa game, and this is where I'll even go at, sorry to interrupt, but I've been pointing this one out. Tampa, the night of our our listener party or client party.
The 20th.
Lost, played well though. Beat the Panthers, played well. Destroyed against Dallas, awful game. Seattle, played well. Minnesota, lost, but played well. Seattle, played well. Winnipeg, played well. Buffalo, for the most part, didn't play well. Came back in the third period, but not a good game. Played well against Detroit. Played well against Toronto. Not as good, would have liked the better results and better game against Montreal. Played well against Pittsburgh. You're not going to play well and be good in every single game. And way more often than not, over the last, when was that Columbus or Tampa game? That was on the 20th. So we're almost at a month. And more often than not, way more often than not, this team has played better hockey than not.
Per games played, they're first in the NHL in that time period for goals for. They're scoring more.
The results were always going to come. The Edmonton Oilers are fine. They never left. They are here.
Spoken like a true gentleman.
And now they're going to lose 4-0 tonight. Just so people yeah, what about now, Matt?
You know what? I do, the way they're playing, though, it doesn't make you say, it's going to be a real bad. Like, if this team plays the way they're capable and have been playing of recent, get a few key saves from a goaltender. I mean, it's a small sample size, Matty, but Tristan Jarry has proved he can make key saves at key moments of the game. In 2 games, he's already given Oilers fans a lot more confidence in net. So if they play that way, there's no reason they can't win this game. All right, we're going to get more into that at 3:20 for the Oil, understood for GCL Diesel. It is time for the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Hudson's Pub presents Glitter After Dark, the New Year's Eve party where the drinks, decor, and night all sparkle with glitter. Limited tickets are available. Visit their Instagram at Hudson's Pub for more info and to purchase tickets. Maddie came up with today's mystery athlete. Mm-hmm. So I am, just so you know, I am going to log into the EST main account, which is the only time I do, so that I can update clue number 1. All right.
Interesting if a hashtag VoteLT pops up all of a sudden.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Okay, I also have a declaration. I made this earlier. This is when it'll be guessed.
Okay.
That was my declaration. Somebody did ask, will it be easier or harder than Reid's spite picks last week? It will be easier. Jay told me it has to be answered in the first hour. So we'll see how this goes. The clue number 1 for today, Grizzlies. Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
What you looking at, Coob? Did you see a ghost?
I'm looking at you,
Thanks,
Jay.
buddy.
I'm thinking.
Okay.
I was pondering.
Okay. Well, keep your guesses to yourself. Matty is monitoring the River Cree Inn Resort afternoon inbox.
I am now.
We will remind you that you are only allowed 3 guesses. So it's easily monitored in there. So choose wisely and guess at the appropriate time, I would say.
This word plays nicely into our off-topic
I was just thinking that, buddy.
Didn't even think about that.
Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best it can be, is what they call the William Huff. Oh, see, I am 100% absolved. Whoever did that, whoever is the hashtag vote LTE person, you screwed up. You screwed up.
Let me go look at Coop's computer.
Matt now can absolve. Like, I am 100% absolved. Dusty, I hope you're watching. It just came up, and I'm reading a liner. The best it can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536.
But was this Benny messing around from over there?
I don't care who it was. You know now that it wasn't me.
Benny did it during the last show, so I don't know if Benny did that.
No, he did it wrong. He did vote for
I know,
LT.
but I said something, so now I'm...
Yeah, you done goofed up, whoever did that. Like, that was...
I know Trev does love this show.
Well...
But Tommy would also be getting set up for the game tonight.
He could be at Hudson's doing this.
But at this very moment, Zach, he wasn't on there, so...
Way to go,
somebody's
Coop.
trying to frame Coop, or, I don't know.
Did it.
We did it. You were trying
Rabbit.
to...
You didn't do it? Did Hernan do it?
This guy.
No, it did.
This guy.
Maybe it was Hernan.
Go double check with Hernan.
Okay. This morning on the Hangout, they were talking about zoos. I believe Jasmine was at a visit to the San Diego Zoo.
Yeah.
And Tom asked her what was the best animal she saw, and she dismissed it immediately as a stupid
Lame question.
A lame question.
Yeah, because when you go to a zoo, it's like, what an awful question to ask. Who's your favorite animal?
Why would, if you asked me, I went to the Calgary Zoo this last summer, and if you asked me what my favorite animal was, easy, polar bear.
Oh, come on.
It was awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's an easy answer. That's an easy answer. So, the off-topic topic for William Huff, what is the craziest animal you've seen in the wild? Not at a zoo. Like, this is something you've seen in nature. This is something, I mean, if you've been lucky enough to go to a different continent in the world and see some of their local animals, please let us know. You can text us at 780-218-9999. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. My answer is simple. It's not stunning, but we do have a bit of a resident bird around our house. I've spoke about this bird. I forget. It's not an albino magpie, but it's lost its black pigment. So it's a gray and white magpie. I have photo evidence of it. We've shown it on the show. It's brilliant to see. For a guy like me that is so terrified of birds, my second answer would be a bald eagle.
That's my second answer.
Is it?
Just being on the boat with Yukon Jack on the river.
Oh, yeah.
And every time you see one, you're like, that thing would mess with us right now. Like, absolutely destroy us right now.
They're magnificent to see.
The wingspan is something else. But then they're just sitting atop the trees staring, and you're like, this thing is just like hunting right now. I love eagles.
I think I saw an eagle one time, but I would say the one that scared me the most, I was about like 5 or 6 years old, and I was just running around whereabouts I lived, and I was, in the backyard area. I was living in condominiums at the time, and I go in the back grass, and I run into a black widow. A black widow scared me, and I know that's not really an animal, but I guess it's in the animal territory. If I had to say a real animal that's not an
you
insect.
go to a zoo, there's spiders there.
Yep.
True enough, but I think I saw a bison one time.
I was sleeping in Mexico this past March. I was having a nap on a little cabana.
I believe it's a siesta.
Okay. I was having a siesta on a cabana. And for whatever reason, I decided to open my eyes at that moment. And as I look into the water, I just see some whales hunting humpbacks. So I wasn't on a boat looking for anything. And it was just, there was this one or two, and then they're just jumping on the water a little bit. And everyone's like, oh my God. And it's like, wow. So that, to me, I'm just seeing some whales in the ocean.
I guess I've seen dolphins.
Yeah, wow. Sounds like a whale of a time.
I've heard dolphins cry.
I'll mute my mic.
That was a good song. Can you hear the dolphins cry? Who was that? That was somebody will know. I want to say Creed, but it wasn't Creed, obviously.
By Live.
Live. Yes. That was a wicked album.
One Eye Pizza, seen a Wolverine. The Liquid Beaver. I saw a Fisher. Very rare to see them around here. I don't know what that is.
A Fisher is a little varmint, I believe. It's like a marmot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wild. Ooh. That's going to mess with you pretty good.
Yeah, they'll tear you apart.
No kidding.
They don't screw around. Same with a Wolverine. You know, we had a black bear. Like, we live out by our Drawson.
Yep.
This was when the girls were younger. Like, they weren't even in school yet full time. And they run in and they're like, Mom, there's a big dog in our backyard. April runs out there and she looks, and it was a black bear in our backyard.
That ain't no dog.
No. Very scary. Okay, that is the off-topic topic for William Huff. The craziest animal you've seen in the wild. We've got to get out. It is break time. You're going to hear from Trent Frederic for the Oil Understood for GCL Diesel. We've got, for those that don't know, Matt and I also host, well, Matt hosts and I co-host the Green and Gold Kickoff Show before every Elks game, and we have a post-game show. We always cook up some really interesting Elks parlays. We've done that tonight for Thursday Night Football. I couldn't resist the opportunity to take advantage of having you here because you like to tease the lines a lot more than I. So that's coming up for Jay's Play of the Day. We've got the courageous moment. A local basketball player erupted worldwide, really, on social media for a dunk that he performed. We're going to look at it. We're going to talk about it. And that's all going to come up in the first hour. But first, we got to get to a break and hear from the Coob.
Riley Stillman makes his Oilers debut with Alec Regula out against the Bruins with an illness, and Curtis Lazar is out of the lineup today. He's battling an upper body injury. Max Jones slides in to take his place. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Gazzola on location at Hudson's Wide Ave for pre and post game coverage. That gets going at 4 o'clock right here on EST. 9 other games in the NHL today. Seattle visits Calgary. The Sharks and Stars dance while Toronto takes on Washington. And in Winnipeg, the Bombers having 32-year-old Nick Demski to a 2-year extension. Demski has recorded over 1,000 yards and 6 or more touchdowns in each of his past 3 seasons. NFL action, the Rams and Seahawks fight for first place in the NFC West. Seattle elevating Cam Akers from the practice squad for tonight. Swing by Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge at Central Casino on Fort Road to join Lieutenant Eric for the game. And there's a dozen contests in the association. Toronto's Jakob Poeltl is questionable against the Bucks. He continues to manage a back issue. Tip-off for that one goes at 6. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid has a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at advantagesportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, more with Matty and Milne on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you in the loop.
2 guys and a goalie.
They have 7 defensemen from last time. Say Parayko or Harley are out, and Schaefer could be there for the experience, and you know he's going to be on the next Olympic team, and Bush can be there. If something happens to Makar, you slide Bush in.
I'm okay with it. I'm still kind of surprised he's even in that conversation now at this point, but I think the only reason that he would be if Makar gets hurt.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in-store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian-owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
Where holiday cheer meets great beer. This season, celebrate at the Canadian Brew House. From plated dinners and festive buffets to casual pub-style parties, we've got the perfect space for your crew. Book your holiday party today at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hockey is heating up, and so is the excitement on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code EST50. That's code EST50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
From the first time on skates to wearing a special jersey passed down through generations, Sentinel Storage is here for you. Store your sports gear to create space for all life's adventures. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Matthew Iwanyk. A reminder that Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta, who is your home for online gaming excitement featuring casino games, live dealer action, lottery instants, and sports betting. Now with the new Play Alberta app, you can take the fun with you anywhere. Download the app or sign up today at Play Alberta. And we will have Jay's Play of the Day coming up at 3:40. But first, do we have a winner?
We don't have a winner for Mystery Athlete for Hudson's.
Hudson's Canada Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. First clue was Grizzlies. Matthew, what is the second clue?
Marshall.
Clue number 2. Marshall. Like Marshall Nielsen?
Marshall.
Easy.
Marshall
Bo'Keefe Nielsen. All right, there we go. All right, it is time to get into the Oil Understood, brought to you by GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. You're supposed to say it with me.
Understood.
Ah,
but you didn't say it.
I said, say it with me.
Yeah, I was going to. I would have jumped in.
Oh, you would have jumped in. You knew the cue. Okay.
I like going late, too. It's fun.
Yeah, sometimes to have it a little off timing isn't the worst thing in the world. Look, Trent Frederic spent 7 seasons with the Bruins. This morning, he was asked about returning back to the team that drafted him.
I think I was the first one to go, and then all the other guys kind of went. It's definitely. I can see I could be emotional. I mean, a lot of those guys spent a lot of time here, a lot of good friends here. It's a lot of people, and so I guess when you come here, it kind of brings it all out.
Matthew.
Jay.
Does Trent Frederic get the video screen tribute?
No. If he does, we're gonna. If he
what do you
gets
mean?
one,
He's played 7 years there.
Care.
He was drafted by the Bruins.
The NHL, just like no move and no trade clauses, we give him away like candy. He gets a picture on the board. Thank you, Trent Frederic, for 7 years. He waves. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's a tribute.
Not a video. No, to me, a tribute video is they actually show you some highlights.
Like they stop
and they go, hey, over the last number of seasons, this player spent 7 seasons with us. Blah blah blah. Did this, and they show highlights.
How many highlights does he have in Boston?
Well, boom. That's a fair point. If it's like Edmonton, there's not many. The video, but the being, hey, welcome back. That's a different story. Like, was there actually a video for Tristan Jarry in Pittsburgh, or was it just welcome back, Tristan Jarry, and he waved?
I think so, but it was
Like, there's a difference to that
Stuart
to me.
Skinner, when the Penguins come to Edmonton in January, is getting a full-on video tribute. They're shutting down the game for 2 minutes, where they're going to play something on the screen, and then it's going to be a standing O. Like, it was standing O for Tristan Jarry in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but you don't need to do the video all the time.
But I think teams love the opportunity to do the video.
By the way, we have a winner.
What?
Told you, after 2 would be called. Dun, da, da, da. Right here. Answer after number 2.
Wow. Okay, well,
I'll hold off on that.
Hold off on it. We'll get to that.
The third clue would have been Walter Payton. See if anyone else gets it.
That's
congratulations, Alicia.
Wow.
We'll be in touch.
You should be inducted to the Hudson's Mystery Athlete Hall
You
of Fame.
wanted it done in the first hour. To me, this was either going to go further or it was going to go very quick. I didn't want to make it super hard, but I also don't want to make it super easy. Congratulations, Alicia. I did call that it would be answered after number 2.
You know your stuff. Congrats. Congrats to both of you. I think you should get a $25 GC as well. Matty, Trent Frederic, through 34 games has 3 points, -9. Not the way any Oilers fan had. Well, maybe some Oilers fans actually thought this is how it was going to go, but not given the contract that he was allotted. This is a long time. Is Trent Frederic, is this now just a case where you just have to sit back and say, well, we don't have any other options. You might as well try work with something, try figure something out. Because I've thought, if you're not going to be scoring, Trent Frederic's a big body. If you're not going to be scoring, if you're not going to be contributing on the score sheet, you know as well as anybody, Oilers fans love somebody that can go in there on the forecheck and take somebody out. Is that what he should, not that he's done that yet, but is that what you think he should focus on?
If you're a bottom 6 forward, you should either, if you can't produce on the score sheet, you need to be able to produce with energy, with physicality. You have to at least contribute something. And that's where if Trent Frederic was a guy that was causing a little havoc physically, crashing the net a little bit more, little face washes here and there.
Yeah.
I don't think there'd be as much attention drawn to Trent Frederic right now because people would be sitting there saying, at least he's doing this. Because the issue with Trent Frederic's contract, not as much the money, it's the years. They locked in for 8 years. Why is this guy locked in for 8 years?
Yeah.
The one argument, that people would have with that, worst case is it's not a lot of money. That when this cap goes up, who really cares? So it's like you can't really look at the money and go, this is such a big problem. It's the years of this. If he was going out there and his over $3 million contract and was just providing that energy, trying to provide that spark, trying to be physical, I think other fans would be a lot more patient with him right now. But he's not doing that. So then, okay, what are you doing on the score sheet? You're not doing anything there? Okay, what are you doing?
Trent Frederic was asked this morning, what role do you feel that you need to play to be more involved with this Oilers team?
I think I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know what I've created for myself. I haven't had a great start, but there's still a lot of season left.
Could you play that again, Coop?
I think I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know what I've created for myself. I haven't had a great start, but there's still a lot of season left.
I'm sorry, but 34 games into the season and you're still trying to figure out your role. Now, I know there was some confusion at the start of the year, and that was not necessarily on Trent Frederic. This was a coaching staff that obviously thought they had something bigger, better, badder than what they currently have. But if you're still trying to figure out as a big body on the fourth line what your role is, I'm sorry. That answer is just baffling to me. If you're on the fourth line, you're not contributing on the score sheet, you should know what your job is to do. You're getting limited minutes. You're getting 6-7 minutes a night.
But was that he told that when he signed with this team? What it was when he signed was the promise of like, hey, you'll be in the top 6, and then it's slowly now this season it's evolved and he's dropping down the depth and he's just slowly learning. Okay, well, what is my role now that I need to do for this team? I do kind of understand where he's coming from on that one, from that perspective. That his role has changed this season.
Sure, but just do something. Something you can do. That's what Trent Frederic was brought in. At the trade deadline, that was, this is a big body. This is somebody that's going to be a pest. And the first game, albeit it was short before his ankle injury, against the LA Kings, I remember it was a matinee. And he was buzzing all over like he was in front of the net. He had made a couple. Like, where's that Trent Frederic? He's capable. I think he's been misguided. I think he's been given the belief that you can be a contributing goal scorer on this team.
But that's why he was brought in. He was told that, or that was one of the agreements. Well,
he's never been a goal scorer.
But the hope was that he'd turn into one, sort of. That this is what, like, if we go back to the trade deadline last year or the signing prior to that, outside of the 8 years, everyone was talking, okay, this is a guy that, he'll be a top 6 player. He'll score goals. I think everyone had that thought that he was going to come in and be a goal scorer this season or score a few more goals. Be what, a 15 to 20 goal scorer type thing? I'm assuming he thought the same thing. I'm assuming the Oilers thought the same thing. That's partly why people are upset, is that he's not actually scoring any goals.
I guess that should tell you that, okay, when you turn around and you look at the captain of this team, Connor McDavid, 20 points in his last 7 games, 56 points in 34 in total. You really have to tip your cap and say, wow, that is impressive. Because you cannot just say, okay, hey, we're going to put you in between or up with the best player in the world and turn you into a goal scorer. That's not obviously how it works.
He did have 17 goals back in 22-23, had 18 goals in 23-24. This is a guy that has closed in on 20 goals at points of his career.
So I guess
I don't think it's unreasonable to have asked and thought at the start of the year that he'd maybe be a guy that goes score 20. And I'm assuming Jeff Jackson, Stan Bowman thought the same thing. He thought the same thing. And now that you're 34 games into the season, he's got 2 goals. That puts him on pace for
that 18 goals. I mean, that's on pace for
4.8 goals this season. But that's why your role has changed with this team.
Yeah.
That you started this season thinking, I'm going to maybe go get 20 for the first time in my career. Then all of a sudden it's okay, well, maybe I'm a 15 guy this season. Now it's okay, I'm bottom 6. I'm not putting up points. I got to learn how to be this energy guy.
Liquid Beaver says, exactly, Jay, about Frederic. How can he even say something so ridiculous? Look, I'm not here to throw shade against him. It's and we've talked about this on the show. Effort and Trent Frederic's trying out there, right? I think he was disillusioned to start the season that he would come in and be a top 6 player on this team. But even with those numbers you just said, 18, 19 goals, I mean, on a good team, that should be a third line guy with that size that can throw his weight around. Maybe even a penalty kill. He's not doing that. He's obviously not on the power play. So once again, you're down to a one-dimensional player that needs to find his lane. And I'm not sure. There have been glimmers of hope. But Matt, how fast and how soon, if not already, this fan base can turn on a player that's not giving them anything. Look what happened with Plattenberg. I mean, the first game he comes in, rattling people off the board. It doesn't take much in that role, if you know your role, to get the crowd on their feet and behind you, right? So, okay. What do you think about well, okay, there's 2 ways I can phrase this. What do you think about this Quinn Hudson? I mean, coming up from the AHL, he's a proven goal scorer in the AHL, coming up, being parked on the 4th line. I mean, is that do you think that's beneficial to Quinn Hudson?
I don't think it's ever not beneficial for a player to be in the NHL.
Fair point.
I don't think it's ever not beneficial to learn what it is to skate at that level and be on the ice and be around the team in your young development. I don't think there's a problem with that. It is interesting always, and there's the theory of, you're playing top 6 minutes in the American Hockey League, you're being asked to do something else differently in the National Hockey League. I do understand the Oilers' perspective. This though was in general, just the bottom 6 isn't doing anything. So how do you approach that?
Well, that's an interesting take.
And that's where Dusty, where was it? Oh, I think maybe last week. He didn't like the idea of him coming up in general. It says, yeah, you don't put him in the top 6. You bring up somebody else for the bottom 6 to get them sparked. You don't bring in Quinn Hudson, which I have time for that as well. But it's clearly that they're just they're sending a message to the rest of the bottom 6 players and going, look, we need something. We need something. And Quinn Hudson, maybe you could provide that spark. Maybe you're that guy. If not, okay, we'll send you down to the American Hockey League. You picked up a little bit of experience of knowing what it's like to be around an NHL team on a day-by-day basis for a period of time. And look, if you spark something, awesome. Maybe we'll throw you up in the top 6 for a bit, but then if not, go back to the American Hockey League, keep your development going. But they just desperately need something to work in that bottom 6, and they're just throwing things at the wall, saying what might stick or what might cause it.
Well, and I guess the theory of saying, okay, this makes sense to put him on the fourth line would say, well, he is a proven scorer. Maybe he can spark that fourth line, which, by the way, I think has been outperforming. Like that Henrique third line has not been driving much. Now, here's the thing too: Plattenberg out, Kapanen out, Roslovic out. When those players return, that's going to shake a lot more people further down the lineup.
Roslovic's the big one.
Roslovic, I mean, what a surprise that was. And to get Roslovic at that valuation, I mean, should he be re-signed in Edmonton, he's going to have a pay raise coming, but there's no need to rush into that. The other question I was going to say is that Alec Regula is out with an illness. Now, that means Riley Stillman has drawn in. But once again, injury-wise, Jake Wallman is still out.
Yeah.
Who do you think shakes out of that? I think this is not a glorified, but I think this is an honest tryout to see what Riley Stillman can do in that final pairing, which is the area where you're going to have some room for maneuvering.
Yeah, because Stastny drops down to the third pairing. It's the battle between Emerson and Regula, and Stillman for the other spot. They move some things around.
I'm really interested to see how Spencer Stastny performs tonight with Darnell Nurse. Because Darnell Nurse and Alec Regula have been awful. They have not helped each other. It has not helped Darnell Nurse's case for sure. So it'll be interesting to see if Spencer Stastny's a good skater. Spencer Stastny can move the puck. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight with Darnell Nurse. I'm
going to rattle off all. I had 6 clues.
Oh, you're going to go all 6. Okay,
I'm going to just rattle them all off because we have a winner. We'll see if anyone else could just guess it going into the break. And then after, I'll announce what Alicia's guessed after 2 tries. For the Hudson's Mystery Athlete of the Day. Grizzlies, Marshall, Walter Payton. I've already announced those 3. Mm-hmm. Great Falls, QB, head coach.
Grizzlies, Marshall, Walter Payton, Great Falls, QB, head coach.
I'll answer it when we come back.
Okay, a reminder that coming up at 4 o'clock, it's the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola, Benny Thompson, and Sean Bell. Tom and Bellsy are on location at Hudson's White Ave. If you want to go down and join them there, they are there set up and ready to go. We will be back after the break with Jay's Play of the Day and the Courageous Moment. But first, we're going to hear from the Kubinator.
Riley Stillman makes his Oilers debut as Alec Regula is out against the Bruins due to illness, and Curtis Lazar, he's out of the lineup battling an upper body injury. Max Jones takes his spot. Join Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Gazzola on location at Hudson's White Ave for pre and post-game coverage. That gets going at 4 o'clock right here on EST 9. Other games on tap in the NHL tonight. Seattle on the road in Calgary. The Sharks and Stars dropping the puck while Toronto takes on Washington. While from Winnipeg, the Bombers have inked 32-year-old Nick Dembski to a 2-year extension. Dembski recording 1,000 yards and 6 or more touchdowns in each of his past 3 seasons. NFL action, the Rams and Seahawks fight for first place in the NFC West. Seattle elevating Cam Akers from the practice squad for tonight's game. Swing by Selly's Sports Bar and Lounge at Century Casino on Fort Road to join Lieutenant Eric for that one. And a dozen games in the association. Toronto's Jakob Poeltl is questionable against the Bucks. He continues to manage a back issue. Tip-off for that one goes at 6 o'clock. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Get your home holiday ready with Paramount Flooring. For over 33 years, Paramount's family-owned business has a reputation for earning trust with fair pricing, dependable service, and quality workmanship. Call 780-483-1991 and mention EST for 10% off. Paramount Flooring. Flooring for the life you live. More with Matty and Milne following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date
the Oil Stream.
You think McDavid knows about Skinner? You think he's got the book on Skinner? He literally just had to drag it to his backhand, and he had the entire net wide open.
Stu just kind of went down.
He went down and it didn't even do anything.
I know.
And then McDavid had the other one where he tried to come in and go short side up top, and Stu had him red on that one.
You felt bad for Stu.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
New Year's Eve, join River Cree Resort and Casino for a spectacular show like no other. Get ready for Material Girls, an amazing tribute to Lady Gaga, Adele, Shania Twain, Madonna, Blondie, Pink, and Cher, capturing all the elegance and essence of these mega stars in one unforgettable concert experience. Material Girls, December 31st in the venue. Hurry, get your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com.
River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Get ready to do it. Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne and guest co-host Matthew Iwanyk. The GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show is coming up right here at 5, so do not go anywhere. Sorry, at 4 o'clock, I will be back with the Coupe to take you home from 5 to 6, and we will keep you updated on the game. But first, we got to get to Jay's Play of the Day.
It's Jay, it's Play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's Play of the Day. It's Jay's Play of the Day. Jay's Play of the Day.
All right, Jay's Play of the Day is brought to you by Play Alberta. Experience all the excitement of the casino in the palm of your hand. Download the Play Alberta app today and deposit $20 using the EST exclusive promo code 100Casino for a $100 bonus. Jay's Play of the Day was cooked up by Matthew Iwanyk and myself. Yeah, we sat down and we looked. We're both leaning towards the Rams. We wanted to tease the total a little bit in the Rams' favor, so we went Rams 3.5. That's LA Rams plus 3.5. 38 plus total points. So we teased that down a bit. Sam Darnold 150 or more passing yards. Matt Stafford 175 plus passing yards, and Kyron Williams 40 plus rush yards. That has been boosted to plus 275. Matt, I am on that.
Me too.
I am on that. I might have dumped on that. I like that.
Oh, I didn't dump.
And don't forget, we've got the early bird bet. McDavid 2+ points, Draisaitl point, Dusty's Play of the Day, Draisaitl goal. I mean, if you're betting one of those, you have to bet both of them. Right? I mean, you just should. That is Jay's Play of the Day. And always remember to use your game sense. Now we've got to get out to the courageous moment, which is brought to you by Alberta Blue Cross. Every great play starts with courage. Alberta Blue Cross is proud to support Albertans through all of life's meaningful moments. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you. Okay, Coob, I just want you to keep rolling through this video because I saw this. So for those of you that have grown up in Edmonton, especially those of you that grew up playing basketball in the Edmonton area, the JP Reb Invitational Tournament is one of the biggest basketball tournaments, I would say, in Western Canada at the high school level. So this went out on social media last week. This is Jordan Hunter, grade 12 high school basketball student. Now, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see this. If you're not, he throws it up to the rafters and it does a double bounce. What would you call those, Matt?
I'd say stanch. Are those considered stanchions? They're not stanchions, are they?
Cross beams?
Cross beams, joists that support the gym. Ding, ding, down off the floor, off the backboard, and goes in for the dunk. I mean, this is incredible. So this is the 42nd annual Reb Invitational. This dunk was inspired by his dad, who also played at Jasper Place and was his coach a couple years ago when he was on the junior team. His dad pulled this dunk out at practice and said, still got it. So ever since then, Jordan wanted to do it. It's called the roof dunk. And to add a little bit extra spice to it, I mean, this is why this is the Alberta Blue Cross courageous moment. This was his final attempt. He had attempted this dunk and it did not have success. This was his last attempt. And Jordan Hunter, grade 12 student from Jasper Place, got it done. Jordan Hunter, this claps for you.
Good crowd to do it in front of, too.
Well, that's the Reb. That is a big tournament. You've got to be a pretty good basketball player or team to be in that tournament. So Bev Facey, when I played there, was not in it. Did you play basketball?
No. Did you see my height? Oh, no, you didn't know. I was very short in high school.
Me too.
I grew after high school.
Yeah. I didn't go until I was in university. Okay, so that was that. That's the Alberta Blue Cross courageous moment. A programming reminder, we're going to get out here soon and send you down to Hudson's on White. If you want to join Tom, Belzy, and, well, Benny will be in studio, but Tom and Belzy are on location at Hudson's on White for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Then it's going to be back to the Cube and I from 5 to 6. And then postgame, the GCL Diesel Oil Stream postgame show. And Matthew, I'll tell you what. You know, we got 2 minutes here. I want to give you a word of the day quick.
Oh, I have to go through the mystery platform.
Oh, sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I also don't like people using Gemini or something like that.
Ooh,
I didn't know that people do this thing.
Ooh, you suck.
Alicia, I did test it on Google Gemini with the 2 words. It doesn't work. With all the words, it did work. The answer is Dave Dickinson. Dave Dickinson played for Montana Grizzlies, who will be taking on Montana State in the FCS Championship semifinals this Saturday, Bobcats. By the way. The Bobcats, but he's a Grizzly. Marshall, Dave Dickinson won the national championship of Div 1 AA at the time, which is now FCS. He won it back in 95 against Marshall. Walter Payton, Dave Dickinson was the 1995 Walter Payton Award winner for the most outstanding offensive player in Div 1 AA back in 95. Great Falls, he's from Great Falls, Montana. He's a QB, and now he's a head coach with the Calgary Stampeders. And those ones I was just trying to make sure somebody got it or something. Alicia got it on 2 tries.
So
bravo.
Are you now going to go into spite mode for tomorrow's mystery athlete?
There's no game tomorrow.
That's correct. That was a trick question.
You told me that this had to be done within an hour.
And you delivered.
But if I have to do this again, knowing that people use Gemini or something, yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
Okay, here's what I say, Matt. You did such a good job. Look, why don't you, top of the hour, 4 o'clock, you know what? Why don't you just head home for the day? You take the rest of the day off,
I'll do that. Appreciate that.
All right. You are not done with Matty and Jay. We will be back tomorrow for the entire Reid Wilkins show from 3 to 6.
Yeah, and the Hangouts.
And the Hangout, yeah. Oh.
I interrupted you there, though. There was something else you had to do.
Well, I was going to give you a word if you wanted.
I could do a quick word.
Word of the day, jaunty. Now, don't forget, Coob will ask me a couple words of the day later in the show.
Jonty.
Jaunty.
I was going jaunty in Victoria.
Something described as jaunty is lively in manner or appearance. Jaunty can also describe something, such as an article of clothing, that suggests a lively and confident quality. All right, if you haven't hammered the thumbs up yet, we will be back at 5. Continue hammering that. We got halfway to it. That's not bad for the first hour. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you staying. If you haven't yet, click on autoplay. That will take you right over to the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola, Sean Bell, and Benny Thompson. Has Benny Thompson been...
Yeah, we're down to Tom Truff.
Okay, Tommy or Trev?
The only ones we have not cleared are Tommy or Trev.
All right.
Tom, the first guy to me, be like, it's not me. Trev, completely silent. Interesting.
Okay, well, you choose who you think it is. We'll be back at 5. Thank you for watching.
Sports Talk. My God, I loved it. My name's Jay Milne.